You can look at either of the cameras, whichever one you're comfortable with. Sorry, there's a few. Yeah, and can you just tell us your name, who you're with, and then what's going on here?
Hi, I'm Talar Alexanian. I am the Senior Government Affairs Manager for Pallet. So very excited to be here at this inaugural site of a Pallet Shelter Village community here in Sacramento because our whole mission as a company is really to end unsheltered homelessness, and this gets us one step closer in that direction, especially in this region.
And what exactly is going to be happening here if passed in the next board meeting?
So currently we're standing at the site of where a future Pallet Shelter Village community will be. That will host about 100 sleeping cabins, pallet shelters that are really providing safe, dignified shelter solutions for our unhoused neighbors in need. And so each of these pallet shelters come equipped with electricity, heat and AC, climate control. The way the structure is actually built is that it comes with insulated composite walls lined with aluminum, and that really is meant to keep it durable and to keep our unhoused neighbors safe from all the elements that they're used to oftentimes, heat, wind, and others. The actual shelters also come with shelving to store their personal belongings and a locked door so that people feel safe and don't feel like anyone's going to intrude on their space when they're sleeping at night, but also to feel like their belongings are safe. Because right now, oftentimes, folks don't have a place that they can call home even temporarily. And so these pallet shelters offer folks a safe, dignified shelter solution, but also offer municipalities and service providers the ability to be able to rapidly place people in shelters at a very scalable level.
And can you tell us, I think they also said there were like shower modules as well. Are there other types of, can you tell us about the other types of modules that they might have here?
Sure. So the two different types of shelter modules that Pallet has are a 64 square foot unit as well as a 100 square foot unit. You can either have that as single occupancy or double occupancy based on whatever the county decides. In addition, we also have some hygiene units that can be utilized. And so what's great about Pallet Shelter Villages and the community model is that while you have that personal, dignified shelter space, you are connected to that larger community and all the benefits that that comes with. What does that mean? It's about meeting people's basic needs. So shelter is one piece of it, but that also includes access to laundry, food, those hygiene units and showers, as I mentioned, but also an ability to connect with others and get access to those social services that act as such an important resource net when people are on that pathway to stability, whether that includes getting their paperwork or getting access to jobs and employment. So we see the Pallet Shelter Village model really be successful in our over 70 communities nationwide.
And can you tell us about that? Some of the other representatives I spoke to was saying that like this is meant to be like a transitional space and that they're trying to figure out what the housing looks like on the other side of it. Can you tell us about your other 70 sites? Have you seen that be successful in housing? Do you maybe even have like the success rates to getting people to that next step?
Yeah, all great questions, and you're right, you hit it on the nail in terms of these sites really being transitional housing. We all agree, I think, that permanent housing is the ultimate goal. However, we know that permanent housing can be expensive, and oftentimes it takes a long time to build. And so this is that solution there in the interim to be able to get people the stepping stone that they need to get on that pathway as they wait for that permanent housing to be built. And so where we've seen success is in a couple different fold, right? One is these actual shelter solutions that Pallet offers are a lot more cost effective. So cities, municipalities, service providers can really lean on us to be able to assemble and build these rapidly and deploy them very quickly. So one shelter unit actually gets built in less than 1 hour. And being able to multiply that in terms of however the need is for each region, we found to be really successful. Just in Hawaii alone, we had a site that went up in 4 hours. We were able to train our partners there on the ground to be able to work with Pallet staff and be able to deploy those cabins in the same day. And so we cater our model based on the community need, work with the local stakeholders on the ground to be able to get these up as rapidly as possible.
Okay.